Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. There's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
You are, in fact, what?
Okay.
Such a tease.
The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. We're here for an episode of Midweek Geeks, and I am Kari instead of Leo this week. I am your Cthulhu behind the keyboard. So let's go ahead.
Very smart.
Did you like that? All right. Well, let's head on down to Jeremy. Oh, there we go.
Hey, it's me, Jar Jar. Welcome to the Midweek Geeks, everybody. Just checking out a Dayman print.
Ooh. I have no print to share.
Pretty.
It's very pretty. Oh, look at that. Boobies. No, can't show that on here.
We gave the warning. It's all right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All right. Yo, how's it going?
Not too bad. How everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day.
Yes.
Glad to hear.
All right, and I'm learning my buttons here. I don't do this on my show usually. So
yeah, Leo makes
Velvet J.
Hey guys, how are you? It's your man Velvet J, straight off of Splash Pages last night, and I came to help out with the Midweek Geeks, and we're going to talk about comic news and stuff, and we're going to all have attitudes, and grrr, let's get it.
All right, now we got to redo our greetings.
Yeah, now I don't feel it. Hi, I'm Jar Jeremy.
All together now. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We're ready to rock.
Well, that was fun. We're ready to roll.
Now we've got like a whole feeling going, a whole vibe.
So Kari is stepping in as our Fleo tonight. She'll be our Cleo, if you will.
Oh.
We should have had Tom come on too, actually. That would have been a nice Midweek Geeks first time
collaboration.
I mean,
and listen, I got to see Kari and Jar Jar. Now this is my second time with Kari and my third time with Jar Jar this week. Because,
I know.
We did Kari's show, the Owl Light series. We did a box opening with
look at you even knowing the name.
And I was hoping that was right. I was like, is that right? I hope that's right. I was like, she'll correct me if I'm wrong. And we did a great comic book package opening. That was a great surprise.
It was
that Kari
fantastic.
Gave us great presents, and we got comics and we got art, and by the artist John Krisha. Oh, look, you got some Skeletor right there and some TMNT right there.
Yeah,
I wish I had mine ready, but I do not. So
Usagi
oh, I'm jealous. You got 3 pieces of art. I only got 2 pieces.
Well, I saved the stuff from the actual package. I was like really, really gentle with it. Some of it, I'm gonna put it onto boards and everything.
So, Kari, thank you for inviting us. That was a lot of fun. And
Oh my God.
where can people check that out, Kari, if people want to see our unboxing and our cool comic treasures that we received?
Did you guys know
That
these
you
were
can find-
stickers?
No.
They
But where
peel
can we
off.
find it,
So-
Kari?
Oh,
Shh,
God.
Jeremy.
You can find it over at on YouTube on the PBDC Collective. It's Psycho Bunny Death Cult Collective is what it stands for. They have a YouTube channel, but it's PBDC Collective. Owlite has its own brand there, but we have Unwrapped is the playlist that you'll find it on over there. We've done
Okay, and
2 comic book unwrappings and a couple of book unwrappings as well.
Yeah, it was great fun.
It was.
And with
I'm
7
looking forward
people,
to
it
again.
actually moved along pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Well, Tom, if you're bored, I mean,
Yeah, what the hell are you doing, Tom?
Send them a link.
I will. I'll get it. Give me just a second. Okay. Yo-Yo, you haven't talked for a bit.
Yes.
Talk for a second while I send him a link.
Yeah, Yo-Yo,
Oh,
what's the newest topical nerd news that's the top of your mind, my friend?
I don't know. I've been hearing about the whole AI thing. I think that's been on top of my mind a little bit.
That's
a little
been
bit.
on my mind a lot lately too, because
Mhm.
I actually enjoy the AI stuff. I think it's fun to play with, although I'm not like really creating anything that you would like sell or anything like that for work or anything. But like, I think it's fun to play with. Sometimes I even just have conversations with the Chat GPT. I know
So
it's a
I've-
lonely life.
I just finally like used ChatGPT. Like I've been honestly like staying away from it. But
Yeah.
then they did release an app for the iPhone. So I was like, okay, I'll try it and see. And I've only honestly managed to use it once. I can't think of a good reason in my everyday life I would like need it.
Okay. Well,
I use it
probably
to-
started using it, maybe like 6 months ago. I started using it to create scripts for content.
Mhm.
So that was helpful. You still have to double check stuff because it's still early
Oh, yeah.
on. It's not 100%.
It's
Oh,
still
yeah.
prone to hallucinating and making up
Yeah.
things.
At the moment, I've been playing more with a newer incursion, which is on Bing. Bing has a new site up. I had to call for it early. I don't know if it's totally public or you still have to call for it early to get access to it. But they have a Bing creator where you can kind of just text what you want the image to be. And I've created some cool images. And I've
nice.
also asked it some things. But like I've also asked it about like splash pages, and it thinks that the Velvet Joker is Leo Pond. So there you go.
At least it thinks it's somebody on the show.
Yeah. So, it's interesting. Like I said, it's not 100%. And
No.
as far as like the WGA, I understand what them worrying about looking forward. But right now, the technology is not going to replace them.
Not
5-10
even
years
close.
from now,
I
can it get nuanced and creative? I don't know. I guess we'll see.
I'd like to see
as an
where
author,
it
I have a
goes.
different view on that.
Uh-huh. And my last thing I'll say about it, Kari, before I let you jump on it, is that we've talked to actually a couple of comic artists that they look at it just as another tool, just like when a lot of them said when you went to pencil the digital, oh, this is the end of this kind of art. But it just became a tool for them to use. So hopefully that's how people will utilize it in the future.
That's
And that's what I got to say
I've
about
actually,
that.
I actually think it's great to have as little as an option to have like to give you some ideas going on. I don't want to just take take AI and try to. I've seen people do that a lot with like artwork. They're like, "Oh, this is my stuff," and it's like, "No, that is not your stuff." You need to tell it what to do. But on the writing side, there's when it's open AI, and I'm in the Playbox mode right now. I think it's kind of the same thing, but you can ask it to research things for you.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I was using
And-
prior to Bing. Yeah, OpenAI.
Yeah.
I set
Oh my
the-
god, it's so good as long as you fact check it.
Now,
after
are
you
any
do,
people
because
crazy
It
like
does not
me
judge
that-
me for asking really creepy questions.
Are you guys crazy like me where you treat it like an actual person? Like I sit there and I'll ask it if
Yeah.
it's ready to do work with me and stuff like that. I'm like, are you ready to like get this going? Do you know who this person is? Can you give me a little synopsis on what we're talking about? it's kind of fun actually. Like we'll have a little go back and forth.
Nice.
It's really great to help punch up like interview questions. Like I'll sit there and I'll be going through stuff and like I'll be like, you know what? All this is great and stuff, but I need something funny to ask this person. I'll just be like, you got anything? And ChatGPT will throw me out like some ideas and I can use those to build off of. It's kind of fun.
Well, Jeremy, it's funny you say that you're talking to it because in my search for doing stuff on content, I was looking to try to find like a cartoon version of myself where I can just type in and it'll say the words. But what I ended up actually downloading was an app where it was like an AI that was like a friend. It was like, it was like asking me, like I was like, oh hi, I'm looking for this, and they're like, oh well, that's really interesting. Tell me more about that. And I gave it a little more input, and all of a sudden it was like acting like my friend, like it wanted to like hang out. I was like, oh, this is not what I was looking for, but this is really weird. But I could see this for like, really lonely people being like, oh, okay, well, this is like I can still have conversations with something that's connected to the internet that has some knowledge of maybe what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So on that front, I think it could help some people.
I agree.
There's definitely some good uses for it.
I can definitely see where the fears come too.
What's that, Jeremy?
I said I definitely see where the fears come too. Like, I don't think it's ready to write out a full script to a movie or a TV show or anything, but I can definitely see people cheating with it, like writing up.
Okay.
They already have things to like check to see if something was written by AI.
Oh, do they?
And there's ways to get around that as well, Yo-Yo.
I mean, there's always going to be like the constant cat and mouse game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Catch me if you can.
But it is interesting, and it's exciting. I think that just the fact that this technology now exists, I think it's exciting. I think from a business standpoint, there's a lot of advantages to it. I don't 100% understand all of it yet, but from what I've seen, it's pretty vast, and the future of it is only, we haven't even touched on.
Yeah, we're just scratching stuff right now. We're like,
we're just scratching the surface. This is just brand new technology.
I'm just happy to see it all coming through in my time. I'm like, this is major advances.
Right. And I'm 50 years old and I'm still playing with it.
Yeah.
What's that, Kari?
Tom, you do have an invite set out. I've been playing with it just to test like how smart it was. And it would be like, write me this kind of thing about this person or this topic or whatever. And I asked it to write me a sestina about Johnny Depp. And it not only managed to do a full, correctly written sestina, but it also had all relevant information. Like there was no like stuff about the trial or anything, but it was all these relevant things about his life and roles and stuff that he'd played in it. And it kind of, because I mean, do you guys know what a sestina is?
No, that was about what I was about to ask you. I was like, all right, for us non-writer
some kind of like poem kind of thing.
Yeah, it is. It is an Italian thing that they came up with because they're sadists. Type of poetry. It is a fixed verse form consisting of 6 stanzas of 6 lines each, normally followed by a 3-line envoy. The words that end each line of the first stanza are used as line endings in each of the following stanzas, rotated in a set pattern. So you have 6 of 6, and each of the last lines must be, or each of the last words must be used in every usage of the thing. So it's kind of like writing a Sudoku poem or something. It's ridiculously hard to do.
Right.
But
actually, on the nerd culture front, Yo-Yo and Jar Jar and Kari, I've actually asked it at one point to write a Green Lantern story in the air of Law and Order. Now, it wasn't great, but it was interesting that it actually wrote out like a little 3-verse.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. So, which can give you ideas of different ways to do things, I think that's the.
I definitely could see kids getting screwed. Well, not screwed, but using it to cheat their way through tests. Not tests, but maybe a book report or something like that.
No, they're
I
doing
mean,
that now.
I can't blame
oh,
them.
I
Again,
know, but like this is like a whole different level. You don't even have to pay somebody to do it now.
Right.
Like, hey,
Dude, I made money off of that in high school.
But that's what
Like,
like Yo-Yo
what
was
grade do
saying.
you want?
They have detectors for all this now. So these kids all have to turn this stuff in digitally. So the schools run it through. Like I know my son tried to cheat his way through something, and it caught it. It was like ding ding ding. This is plagiarism.
oh no shit.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the people who have published so much that like just papers and stuff, like people getting their doctorates and stuff, that they actually get called up on plagiarizing themselves when they run it through plagiarizing detectors. And then some schools will hold to where with it's like, well, you already wrote that, so you need to write something different. You can't just use the same analogy the same way. And it's like,
why not?
how much creative thought do you expect me to have? It was
Right.
my thing, I can quote myself, but apparently
Well,
not.
if I can segue and still talking about writing, with the WGA strike going on, we have good news and bad news on the Deadpool 3 front.
Yes.
So first of all, they started shooting a few weeks ago, so bonus there. Great.
Yep.
Starting. Number two, Ryan Reynolds' wife yesterday put out a thirst trap showing a picture of her husband in a sleeveless shirt. And when I tell you that the man's guns were tremendous, they were like huge. They were bigger than Yo-Yo's head on the screen right now. Just the top part. Massive. But on the writing WGA front, now they already have the script and Ryan is the head writer. But what made 1 and 2 great was the fact that he was able to improvise and change the lines up. And we saw a lot of that stuff on blooper reels over time. That cannot be done during the WGA strike. Whatever they film has to be in the script.
Yeah.
So that is
I was gonna
bad news and ramifications.
Yeah, when you were talking about that last night, I was wondering, how can ad-libbing count against the writing?
Editing.
Well,
I mean, if you're just
editing.
kind
Yeah,
of winging it,
Yeah.
I had the article. Maybe I could find it later. I'll send it to you. But there's a whole thing. The WGA is super. There's no editing. There's no you cannot change one word of the script.
What's in the
Okay,
script
so
has
it's
to
just
be
something-
Now,
on the film.
as I said also on last night's show, that does not mean later on when the strike is over they can't go and do reshoots. So that is a possibility as well. But for now, the script is what the script is, and he is the head writer. So hopefully he is happy with what he wrote. He and his team.
yeah.
It's funny, Rich.
Oh, sorry.
I hadn't heard anything about this until you mentioned it last night, and now I've heard about it like 12 times today as I'm scrolling through the Facebooks and stuff.
Oh, I dig deep, my friend. I dig deep.
Get my news first from Rich.
That's right. And also, breaking news and on slightly unrelated, I found online like hours after it dropped. It's one of those videos where someone's answering questions, like a star's answering questions about their career, and they like pull off a little thing. And it was Mark Hamill, and and one of the questions was, how did Mark Hamill get cast as the Joker? Which I've actually never heard that story, and it was interesting because he just said that at the time Michael Keaton was up for Batman, and it was a big controversy because he was Mr. Mom, he was a comedic actor, nobody knew how great he would end up being. So the fact that he was even going up for Luke Skywalker, when he was going up for the Joker, and he just played Luke Skywalker, he's like, there's no way they're going to consider me. So he's like, I was so super relaxed, and I was super over the top, and I knew that I gave them the best Joker that they'd ever seen, but I knew they were going to never cast me, so it didn't matter. And then they cast him. So I thought that was a pretty cool story.
That is a cool story. And once again, something I've never heard before.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. I had no idea.
yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
I'm going to give us our downer moment so we can constantly
All
just go from
right.
here.
All right, we bring it up and we bring it down.
Let's crush some hearts right now, Kari.
What do you got, Kari?
Earlier today, here in Omaha, Nebraska, John Beasley, the actor best known for Everwood and The Soul Man, passed away at the age of 79 here in Omaha, well, over in Omaha, Nebraska.
I don't know him by name.
He was in last year's Firestarter. He was in Lost Souls, The Gift, Haunted Maze, The Purge, Anarchy, Sinister, and The Spell. Mighty Ducks, Untamed Heart, Rudy, The Untouchables, Little Big League.
Oh, was
the
he
Apostle.
What's his name? Ron Beasley?
Yeah.
No, that's
John.
Ron Beasley.
John Beasley.
John Beasley.
Yes. And his son wrote on Facebook, "Man, you know this is a part of life, but that doesn't make it any easier. I lost my best friend today. They say you should never meet your heroes because they don't turn out to be who you thought they were. That is so wrong. My hero was my father. Thank you for everything. I hope I made you proud. Love you more."
Oh, I remember him from Rudy.
Yeah, so that was the sad part of the day. Now let's go up again.
Oh, I know him.
Well,
I have some interesting.
We got only one direction to go.
Breaking news that just happened like 2 hours ago.
We got
Tom.
Hey.
Hi, Tom. So
how's it going?
Hey, Tom. Nice to see you, sir.
Nice to see you too.
Awesome. So breaking news, guys. Like 2 hours ago, Danny Matheson got.
Oh yeah.
He got convicted on 2 rapes, and the third was deadlocked. And this has been going on for years. And the most interesting part of that is that they did not let him go home before sentencing. They put him right into cuffs.
No.
Was he out already? Or
he's been out. He's been out all this time. I mean, this has been going on for years. It kind of went away for a little while, and then
I remember who he was.
And he was on the ranch, and then when it came back up again, they fired him. So they killed his character on the ranch. And I think in the last few months, the court case has been going on.
Yeah, that's why he hasn't made an appearance on the 90s show.
I don't think he was because of everything. I don't think they were planning on.
Because
he's probably not going to have
exactly
right now.
Yeah, I think.
Well,
I think
now.
if he was proved innocent, they probably would have all jumped him right back on a show. But all things considered, now it's no longer a conjecture. He's officially convicted, and I really like the character of Hyde. But if you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit.
You're a piece of shit. Yeah.
How many years is he getting?
No sentencing
they haven't
yet,
done sentencing yet.
No sentencing yet.
They put him into cuffs. He's going into jail until sentencing. I don't know how long that. If that's gonna be a week, 2 weeks, but we'll see. But for 2 rapes,
he's in his 40s, correct? Is he in his 40s?
Yeah, he's probably.
He's just a
50.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the time he gets out, he'll be that 70s guy.
Yeah, he will. But I'm bummed.
I don't have
way
the
to turn
thing.
a story.
So what do you think, Kari?
I'm a drunk squirrel.
Squirrel.
What do I think? I think that I'm going to tell you about some things that we aren't going to get, but other people are. So, Evil Dead Rise. I'm your horror.
I just watched that.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
I just watched that too. So we can even talk about it if you want to. But here's something. Evil Dead Rise gets a director's commentary track on physical media in the UK.
Nice.
So if you order your Blu-ray and 4K Ultra Edition HD on June 27th, you need to get that via the UK because you will also then get audio commentary with director Lee Cronin, as well as his short horror film Ghost Train as some added content.
Well, I think Yo-Yo and I saw some of that commentary by Lee Cronin when we went to the screener about a month ago. Didn't we, Yo-Yo?
Special one.
He's like, yes, we did, motherfuckers.
Now, did you guys have the same reaction? The beginning of the movie freaked me the fuck out, and then the rest of the movie I kind of settled in. It was a wild ride, but nothing scary.
It was fairly gory. It was kind of scary.
Oh, gory! No, definitely gory. But
Gore is totally
the
different.
the beginning was scary, like where the chick is reading out of the book and stuff, and that freaked me out. The rest of the movie, I was kind of, because I was watching it all by myself in a dark house at 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, I almost turned it off because I was like, "Oh, this might be a little bit too scary right now."
Yeah, I remember you asking me about it. You're like, "Do you think this is okay for the kids?" I was like, "I don't know."
Oh, the kids left me on it. They were like, "Nope, it's not doing it."
Yeah, they were probably like, "We
was
would never
abandoned.
touch that scary fucking book. Fuck that. We'd be out of there."
Yeah, they were gone.
Oh, I just love how that kid is just like, oh, what's this? Oh, I'm a DJ. I should listen to these records. But he only blows off the dust once. There was more dust.
Now,
So, like,
supposedly Bruce Campbell's
you should have. I was waiting for this.
Bruce Campbell's voice is supposedly one of the voices on the records. Is that
He
true?
is the-
Anybody?
From what I have read, he is the pastor or preacher, whichever priest. I'm not sure what he is, but the one who is reading, I think it was a priest because it had to do with Catholicism, but who found it and is narrating the, like, I asked to make sure that I could read this and stuff, and they all said, but I really think that they needed to the records because
I believe there was input from him and Sam Raimi.
the
That would
Necronomicon.
have been funny.
DJ Death.
I want that. I want.
But I enjoyed the movie.
excuse me,
Don't get me
Sam.
wrong. Like, though the rest of it didn't scare me, I enjoyed it. I thought it was gory as hell. The little girl in it, I'm just so impressed with. Like,
all the kids did a great job,
Yeah.
especially when they went demonic.
yep. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was some creepy
I
shit.
get to see
still
it, Tom?
question leaving.
I have not. I'm a bad person because the only thing that I've seen out of that, out of those movies was Army of Darkness.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't
Don't
seen it.
feel
And
bad.
so yeah,
But I've read the
I
comic
should
from
because
Dash
I
Cast.
like Bruce Campbell. He's an awesome actor, and that was that in Army of Darkness. Army of Darkness, believe it or not, was actually the first movie I saw that featured Bruce Campbell. So my first introduction.
I think
to
it
Bruce
was
Campbell.
me too. Yeah. Well, the evil. I watched the trilogy, the first trilogy, just back to back. So it was like,
Yeah.
but yeah, that pencil scene still is one of the goriest. Like, I sat through Evil Dead Rise, no issue whatsoever. I think it's either 1 or 2. There's like, it's obviously so fakely done. Like, you can just see the rubber cement holding the fake latex onto somebody's ankle, but it just, some people have a thing where it's like this, like they can't handle teeth stuff being done or whatever. And that was just my like, ugh.
I'm all good
Yes.
unless they bring out syringes. Then I'm like, fuck that.
Oh, so you
Get rid of
didn't
it.
make
No,
it
it's
through.
easy to see it.
Which saw was it that had the bathtub full of syringes? That would have
3.
been like hell
Second
for
one?
you.
Was it?
2 or
See, I-
3.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Was it
forget
3?
which.
I was going
Close,
to say Elm
too. Either way.
Street Dream Warriors.
Oh, Dream Warriors was cool. That's
Yeah,
one of my
because-
favorite. But
because-
That was my
scene where you
first
wanna get
introduction to Freddy
high.
Krueger.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I love the Dream
Speaking
Warriors. That was the best. The best.
of Freddy Krueger, quick segue here. Robert Englund has hung up the knives. He has decided that he is too old and too thick to continue playing the character.
Yes.
And he just cannot stay in touch with it anymore. But he also has come up with some new ideas on how he thinks the franchise could continue without him, which include things like having one of the main characters be a social influencer who then goes ahead and passes on Freddy's influence over her across the internet so that he gets a wider wave.
That'll be cool. He also pitched the idea of having Kevin Bacon as being the new Freddy.
I've seen that as well. Yeah, he's been trying to push a few guys to be the future Freddy, but yeah, I remember Kevin Bacon was definitely one of the ones.
What's with
Because
Kevin
I-
Bacon?
The
Right, like-
original when they did the remake of Nightmare, I didn't see that one. I think the guy that plays Rorschach in Watchmen.
Yeah, he did a decent job.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, so I can't really judge. I can't. But
I saw it and it
Um,
went into my brain as like being decent. I'm on IMDb, so who are we looking for? The Freddy Krueger from which one is it?
It's the last reboot. It should be the actor that played
New Nightmare.
Rorschach.
I think it was.
Oh, I can just look up Rorschach. That would be easier.
Probably, yeah.
Jamie Gillespie.
And, listen, we are one day away from Across the Spider-Verse coming out, and our buddy Tom Dog tried out the Burger King Red Bun
how was that?
Spider Whopper.
it was a tasty burger. I did the taste test on YouTube, but I hammed it up on my TikTok at TomDog247, and it was a really good burger. And the next day, as expected, I would drop deuces and
Yes.
nothing
Was
red.
it colored or was it not colored?
Nothing red came out.
All right. Inquiring minds want to know. Now we know.
So.
Still just a brown Hershey Highway.
All right. Now, what is that? Does that just come with like your standard fries and drink?
Yeah.
And what about a toy? Does it come with a spider toy?
Ooh.
No, but I did get this. Hang on.
You better got a spider crown.
Oh yeah, yes. I got this.
Oh, a special spider crown.
Oh, look, it's a symbiote one.
Very nice.
Actually, this is the Miles Morales crown.
Oh, is it? Oh, yep.
Yeah.
You are right.
Was that the only option,
the king,
Tom?
baby.
Was there a Peter Parker crown or a Gwen crown?
I wish. I really wish.
Yeah,
but they also have. Crown? They also was doing the Spider-Man Sunday.
Okay.
I saw that. I was going to ask you if you're going to check that out because I looked at it and I was like, you know what? It would have been the perfect, easy Spider-Man Sunday that they already have the stuff for is just do a hot fudge and strawberry because that's dark enough that it's, got the kind of black and red thing going. And they're like, no, we're going to make it with Pop Rocks. We're going to take ice cream and throw on some black and red Pop Rocks because that's what I want to eat.
No, thank you.
Well, I like my brain freezes to also explode.
With the coloring of the movie, I can see where they went with the Pop Rocks, but yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Well, they could also be trying to pay homage to him because he also has that sting.
Oh, that's true.
Right.
Miles Powers zap kind of thing.
Venom sting.
Yeah.
Venom sting. I just read
I'm probably giving them way too much credit.
I'm hearing great things.
Oh, they're probably gonna hear this and they're gonna be like, "Yeah, Yo-Yo is totally right. That's exactly what we were going for. What we were talking about."
Yeah,
I think you're reading more into it than they did, but that's a good thing because that means you see further. You've got a better picture of what's going on.
And for those guys,
oh, by the way,
yep.
Oh, Jackie Earle Haley was the last Freddy.
Yes, Jackie Earle Haley. Yeah, absolutely.
There we go.
And he goes back to, in the 1970s. Wasn't he in the Bad News Bears? Wasn't he the pitcher?
Really? Wow.
I believe.
I've seen them all, so I couldn't really tell.
No, am I right, Kari?
I'm pulling it up right now. Oh, Yo-Yo got me.
Go back to
Hurry up! Come on.
What was it you wanted to ask if he was on?
Bad News Bears. It's going to be going back to the 70s. It's early.
Oh, geez. I'm like, yeah. Oh, yep. Bad News Bears and the Bad News Bears in Breaking Training and Bad News Bears go to Japan.
That's right. He was Kelly. Kelly in the Bad News Bears.
Nice.
The really attractive pitcher, right? The pitcher
that rode a motorcycle. He was a badass.
Wow.
He's been a badass his whole career.
I wonder why they haven't rebooted that movie yet. That would be probably.
They did. Billy Bob Thornton was the coach.
Oh, that's
no
right.
Shit.
I totally forgot about that, Tom.
Look at that.
Good call back.
Well, that's why.
But Walter Matthau was better.
For decades, God damn it. He's got his knowledge built.
Yeah, Walter Matthau was better than that other guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, how you gonna really compete with Walter Matthau?
Yeah.
He was a master old crabby bastard.
Going on to another.
He was awesome in Grumpy Old Men.
Oh yeah.
One of my
Gary?
favorite movies.
I was wrong. Skip me. I'm good.
All right.
Wrong about what? I want to make fun of you.
I thought I had a callback to something and I didn't. I completely missed
I got a good
what I was
segue.
going to do.
What do you got, Yo-Yo?
Oh right. Bring it to us,
We were just
Yo-Yo.
talking about Spider-Man. Did anybody see the Spider-Man 2 trailer for PS5?
Awesome.
No, not yet.
Awesome.
No.
They did a showcase last week.
I
PlayStation showcase last week.
I wish I could play video
Gameplay
games
looks really
like
nice.
that. I suck
It
at
looks
video games.
amazing. I have to get a PS5.
Are
Is
you guys
that going to be a one player or a multiplayer, Yo-Yo?
One player.
One player?
Yeah.
All right.
Are you guys still good at those kind of games? I cannot. Like, I'm back to playing like Red Dead Redemption and stuff because the new games today on the last Spider-Man game, I couldn't get past the first boss level. Like I got my ass handed to me in that game.
I beat the first one. I didn't. I'm this close to 100% completing it.
No
I
kidding.
did complete.
Good for you, Tom.
I did do. I also beat Miles Morales, and I still got more to complete on that one. So.
Damn. No, I had to watch my son play it because I wanted to see how the game played out because I'm not very caught up on the whole Miles story, and the video game was like a great introduction to it. And yeah,
I learned today that Miles is in the updated Secret Wars comic that I've never read, and I guess that's how they integrated him into the 616 universe for a while.
Yeah.
Oh,
I read Secret Wars.
I've only read the old school Secret Wars. I've never read the updated.
The newer one where
Warworld and Emperor Doom.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Killing Doctor Strange and yeah.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
I just Drew just sets me on my little paths for like, okay, devour this universe, Galactus, and I'm like, okay, thank you. And Ultimate was huge. Like I saw it doing Injustice because I was like, I can't just watch Injustice versus He-Man, but you're just read that because then I won't know why it's important. So 271 comic books later, I was like, so that's why they chose that. Okay, in 3 fucking days. But Ultimate, no. That took me like a month.
You're a beast now, Kari. Drew totally was giving you your props last night. He was like, I have created a Frankenstein monster.
Yeah,
it's so bad.
I wish I could take in information like you do, because like, good Lord, I have so many books that I still haven't read that I bought like probably 10 years ago, and I'm like, God, I got to get to that someday.
I'm just looking at the stack of 15 that I got the other day. I'm like, I got to read these, and I'm like, when am I going to read these?
Well, I just pulled out my Excalibur run, so I'm like looking at that. I'm like, it's only 123 issues or some odd issues.
The first run Justin mentioned today is 75 issues.
No, it's actually I have it right here. I'll pull
or maybe it's just the first run. I don't know. Maybe it keeps going. I don't know.
It goes all the way up to 123.
Oh wow!
Jeremy is super sideboard man.
Nice. Yeah. So for all you Excalibur fans, next Tuesday on Splash Pages, we're going to be going over the first 5 issues.
Yeah.
And we're going to be interviewing Dorkening podcast member Steve Van Samson, who has a new book out called Black Honey.
Woo!
Short, scary stories, Black Honey. And I think if you jump on his website and you do one of the deals, you get this special Black Honey hot sauce.
Do you
delicious.
Mean this Black
Honey? Gary got the Black Honey.
You know what? You know what? There are only 50 of these in circulation at the moment because I
Whoa.
was the third person to purchase his Ultimate Edition of Black Honey. But if you check over on Unwrapped, like we were mentioning before, you can see the entire unboxing of and all the special things that came out of it.
Well, how is it?
But
Have you tried
there are
it,
a
Carrie?
couple
Tell
more.
us about the hot
Yeah,
sauce.
what's the flavor?
Okay,
what do you got?
I'm a true collector, but it actually they took so long to do it because they went and I'm sure he'll tell you all about it. It was Silk City hot sauce that they had worked with before to make sure they weren't just putting out some novelty product that sucked. And they have like locally sourced honey from I think it's Vermont, wherever they make it. They have everything is locally sourced and made there, and they're going to possibly be releasing. They do some big things, and I probably shouldn't say, but there will be a way for you to get a hold of this hot sauce without
Did
having
you
to
throw
buy
it on chicken
Ultimate-
wings? That's what we
No,
need to
I'm a
know.
collector. I haven't fucking
God
opened it until I can
damn
get
it.
a whole set.
Well, you
All
got to
right.
get
Well,
another
chicken
bottle and
anyway.
try it. God damn it.
You don't collect food, damn it.
Yes, you do. Okay, you.
I got
I'll
two
do the
cereal
first-
boxes
I'll
here
do
that
the
say
first spell on
different.
here. I've got an empty Diet Coke can that's completely sealed, sitting right over.
All right.
Okay,
man.
here we'll do it. I
Food's
just
the
opened
one
it.
thing I don't collect.
All right. So the first taste, I do not do super hot, by the way, but of Steve Van Samson's Black Honey Hot Sauce.
All
Dun,
right.
dun,
Live.
dun. Sweet as honey and spicy as fire.
It's not super, super hot, so that's good. I can catch the
Yeah.
honey in it.
Yeah.
There's a bit of an umami kind of funk to it, but it's not like
Umami!
funk. It's like kind of umami.
I love
So
that word.
I watch a lot of Food Network with my mommy,
All right.
Umami.
but my mommy, umami. How's your
All right.
mommy?
Any back end heat, Carrie?
Not catching anything too bad. No, there.
All right.
The heat comes a
so
little.
it's mild,
You don't get on
with a
the
little
very
bit of
first
sweetness
contact.
and umami.
Yeah, I can handle up to like medium high heat. Once it gets super hot, I'm just like, what's the point? You know, I'd rather taste the flavor. But yeah, I think we'll have to put that on.
I like.
Yeah.
There is flavor and spice.
But no,
absolutely.
there is, and oddly enough,
I've
I
always-
can handle
You
I
guys
can
ever
handle
seen
like
that
the
show?
Thai chilies, but not the jalapenos and stuff. It's something with the way they're prepared and the capsaicin in them.
I've only found one pepper that like kicked my ass. It was in Chinese food. I don't know what kind of pepper it was, but man, I swallowed that thing and it came back up 15 minutes later with just such painful return. I was like, no. That's my story.
I need to find something that's
At least it.
make me feel like that.
That thing
like
went
I
I'm
was
rough.
still trying to find the right
too.
sauce to make me shit blood.
Wow.
That's
I will
the
send you
one.
some homemade curry, and
True story. True story. Super Bowl Sunday. I make wings and pizza bagels up every Super Bowl, or the big game, as everybody has to call it now because copyright issues. Anywho, I make this sauce I make my own sauce like I do it. I just pour in a couple of big giant things of barbecue sauce, and then I get some Tony's Southern seasoning. And I put some garlic in there and some hot sauce. I tried this other hot sauce that it's regular and everything. And as an added kicker, I put in habanero peppers. I grounded up habanero peppers in there. And when I put that on my wings, holy shit. That was so spicy. I gave one time I'm having a WrestleMania party back in my old place that I was living in the time back in Waterbury, Connecticut. I had my friend over and everything, and I made the wings with that sauce minus the habaneros. He calls me up the next day and goes, "Tom, what the hell did you do to me?" I was like, "What are you talking about? I've been in the bathroom shitting because of your sauce."
That's
So-
a good day. That's a good
Yes.
return.
It was an acquired taste for him.
Yes.
Do you guys ever seen
There
that
is
show
a
Hot
blatant
Ones?
real kickback on
I
that.
love
I
that
love
show.
that show.
I love it.
Yeah, I would
My
love to get onto that. That would be fantastic. Just
oh,
sitting there
dude,
eating
Henry
with that
Rollins
dude.
on that.
The one with
He's
Gordon
like-
I've
Ramsay
seen
was
so many
hilarious.
people that have shocked the hell out of me on that show that I'm just like, I can't even imagine what that can be doing to your face right now.
See, I don't eat chicken though, so they'd have to do it on like ribs or something for me.
He does that. He'll do. Oh well, he'll do vegetarian stuff.
Yeah, I
They've
could,
done the.
I probably wouldn't make it past the second or third wing before I'd be like, all right, I'm good. Call it.
As long as
If I'm on TV,
allowed
I
to
just
drink
wonder,
a little
but-
bit of milk.
I did the wing challenge at Buffalo Wild Wings. My first YouTube video I ever done.
Yeah.
10
How'd
years
you do?
ago. 6
Make it?
6 minutes and 12 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah. And were you totally
And,
on fire at the end of that?
Yes. And I paid the price the next day, but it was worth it.
Was it milk? Did you do milk to try to cool yourself off? Because I've never
I
tried.
used water. I use water. I'm not really a milk person. Unless there's chocolate in it.
Right. Yeah,
So.
milk and hot chicken wings. I mean, supposedly it really helps
it's
deaden
delicious.
some of the heat, but that combination
Yeah.
sounds like it would just make me want to head right to the toilet.
Yeah.
See, I love a nice glass of milk with almost any meal. Like my favorite is salt and vinegar chips in a glass of milk, and I know that sounds horrible.
That sounds very weird.
I
I can't knock until I try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Have you ever tried using I like that, but I use cottage cheese as like a chip dip instead.
Cottage cheese scares me.
I thought they stopped making cottage cheese
Okay.
after 1977.
No, they still
No, they
make
still-
cottage cheese. I get it for chip. I've been trying to I have the carrot chips for actual dip, and then I have cottage
Terry,
cheese.
Terry, do
1%.
they have that next to the mellow yellow?
Mellow yellow.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Hey man, you're the only one
But Taco
older than me on
Bell-
here right now. So.
I'm the oldest. I know.
You
I'm
would know.
ancient. What could I tell you? And I'm sexy as hell.
Yeah, you are.
Love that Joker.
I'm getting close.
I'm just having some
and Taco Bell just recently, I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm glad when I read it that
That's
Taco Bell
breakfast.
may be bringing back the volcano burrito, the volcano line.
Now, what
The
does that
volcano
mean?
taco.
For those that are not big Taco Bell people, what does that mean?
That means your ass is grass.
The volcano burrito, I know because I used to work at Taco Bell. They had rice, those red Frito chips
Mm-hmm.
that they had,
Right.
and they had this fire sauce, which was like a I think it was like a habanero sauce,
Okay.
and yeah, it was a really good combination. And the same thing with the with their tacos. It was the fiery hot red taco with the volcano sauce.
I remember when they did the Doritos
vaguely
over the
remember
taco. It was
Yeah.
delicious. But their breakfast is bomb.
I
I
can't
don't
eat a
know.
lot of their food anymore. I don't know how you guys still can.
I'm telling you, their
I'm not
breakfast
eating meat.
is really no meat.
What? Yayo, you're not eating meat? Is that what you said?
Not this year. I decided January 1st. I'm gonna go a year without eating meat. So
How's it going?
Now, when
Well,
you
6
say
months.
meat and chicken and fish, or just meat?
No chicken, no beef, no fish.
Okay, so you're going vegetarian this year?
Yep, basically.
Okay, so what? Tell what's your typical dinner these days?
Varies on the week.
What was tonight?
I have a lot
Give
of-
me an example.
Tonight I was feeling lazy, so I had vegan hot dogs.
All right.
Oh, there you go.
been cooking a lot with like mushrooms and like other proteins, honestly. Like, so it's been working out pretty well
Mushrooms
so
are
far.
good.
Okay. And is this your try
Any
to cleanse your system?
plant-based products?
Some plant-based products. And no, this is just literally like boredom
There you
New
go.
Year's Day, trying to think of a way to challenge myself for the year.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Interesting.
There's a place called Momo's.
So you're halfway into this venture.
Yes,
So
I am.
and do you see any body changes, any energy changes?
Energy changes, I guess. Body changes, not really. I mean, I walk like the same amount I've been walking before, so I don't know if that has anything to do with any like. But it hasn't been anything big or anything. Just more energy, I guess.
Okay, just
Because
curious.
we have cut down on sugar a lot too, because I mean, how much sugar is in random like everything we eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
What
you
about
are a
desserts?
big,
You still doing
mushroom-
desserts?
Every once in a while,
Okay.
but that doesn't involve meat.
Um,
So
If
Yeah,
you
it
are a
does
big
not. It does
mushroom
not.
fan, there's this place that we go to called Momo's, and they do these. They call them portobello mushroom fries, but they're baked, and they just like slice the tops up, about like you would a steak fry size for potatoes.
Yep.
And then they bread them with like a bit of Italian seasoning, some panko, and some Parmesan, and then they bake them in the oven and serve them with a truffle aioli. They're just so good. Like,
Now,
Only
it's
I
something I have
love
to try to
mushrooms.
make this weekend.
Now, just out of curiosity, guys, being a guest on the Midweek Geeks, is this a normal Midweek Geeks conversation?
Oh, our conversations go
It's
everywhere.
just- yeah.
It's pretty much. And then we try to segue to the next story.
Squirrels go rapid. And my
Squirrel.
squirrel gets drunk. Ratatoskr is what his name is. We go to Viking. I am Viking, yeah. No, I can't even show my. God damn it. I hate this. Upside down Vardruna.
Oh, you got a new tattoo? Old tattoo.
No, I just never show it because it's always in the way of things, or I show people the back of my arms because I look at the screen and everything goes backwards. Speaking of food, here's a segue real quick. Ron Howard, his little brother, Clint Howard, who has racked up over 250 credits as an actor since he was a child. And if you don't know who Clint Howard is,
He's
wow.
very talented.
Yeah. He is working. There aren't any details yet, but there is talk of a release of a sequel to Ice Cream Man.
Wow.
Which was his 1995 what the fuck film that was just beautiful. I don't know if you guys
Which
have
was
seen it.
riffed by the riff tracks.
I never saw that one.
No idea what you speak of. Give us
Okay,
a quick
this is
synopsis.
big old cult film, gonna make it really easy. Clint, looking crazy as fuck, gets out of a mental hospital, decides he likes ice cream and wants to make the children happy, and so he goes and reopens the old ice cream factory and drives around his ice cream truck, and there's a scene with eyeballs in the ice cream and various things as you find out how he's getting the sources for his various flavors.
All right, I'm
And
gonna have to check this out.
It's the bomb. I found out about it when I was working at a restaurant where they were into really weird movies. Everybody, so we'd all be, hanging around getting our free beer for the night, and they'd be like, "Oh, did you see this? Did you see this?" And I'm just like, "I don't have cable," and they're like, "Oh no, this came out years ago." I'm like, I don't see things. That was before I had computers and stuff. So they're like,
I only know
my
that
God,
movie's
so-
existence. I only know that movie's existence through riff tracks.
Yeah. Oh, you got to watch the movie for itself, and then be like, because when I first saw, I recognized who he was, because you can't really mistake him, but he can be the creepiest man anywhere. I think, like, you could walk him into a room with.
He is a little weird looking to begin with.
Yes.
Yeah, I think my first
because of the high
exposure to
forehead.
him-
Yeah.
My first exposure to him was on God, what was that show? Grandpa hated him. Grandma loved him. Andy Griffith's show. He showed up as Opie's little cousin or something like that.
I remember him.
My
on
grandpa
Star
thought
Trek.
that Andy.
Yeah, that episode of Star Trek, I remember him from.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
He plays some sort of. He plays some sort of
Go on.
being. think it was.
Yeah. What was that, Kara?
I don't know if it's that one. Oh, I was here. I'm gonna hop over to two other things I wanted to go on to when I brought up the extra merch kind of anything in the UK with the Evil Dead Rise. This is something that my brother from another mother, Raz, is going to love. Clive Barker's Nightbreed is coming to 4K UHD at Screen Factory. And it's going to have some special features that include posters, a slipcover, enamel pins, and lobby cards. The disc 1 is the new 4K scan of the best surviving film elements. Disc 2, Blu-ray theatrical cut. New 4K scan of the best surviving film elements and a theatrical trailer. Disc 3, Blu-ray and director's cut. Includes audio commentary with writer-director Clive Barker and restoration producer Mark Allen Miller. Tribes of the Moon, Making of Nightbreed, a 72-minute documentary on the productions. Making Monsters, a look at the special makeup effects. And Fire Fight Stunts, a look at the second unit shoot. And Disc 4, Blu-ray bonus features include deleted scenes, Monster Prosthetics Masterclass, Cutting Compromise, The Painted Landscape, Matte Painting Tests, Makeup Tests, Stop Motion Lost Footage, Rehearsal Tests, and still galleries including sketches, deleted scene photos, posters, and pre-production skills on the set, photos, and more. And you can hop on over to Shout Factory to go ahead and order that.
That Nightbreed had all that much extras to go on it. It's impressive.
I'm gonna try to do the screen share thing real quick.
Okay.
So, because I want you to see like all the stuff that comes with this. Let me see.
What's it cost?
It's marked down right now for $139. So
you gotta really love Nightbreed to be buying that, huh?
Okay, this is gonna do the yeah, hold on.
Or you just
it's going to
disposable ink.
It's gonna do the thing.
Hey, look, it's us. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
The Mirrorverse.
Okay, can you see it? Do I have it pulled up right?
Yep.
Squirrel.
I do have squirrel. Okay, so yeah, here's the 2 posters, slipcover, lobby cards, and enamel pin set. All of that for $139.99, and there are only 442 left in stock.
Oh wow! So it's a limited edition type thing.
Yep,
yes.
Limited to 500 units, it says.
So we can go over and get that. And then also one other thing, Renfield gets a Dracula Sucks edition release packed with extras.
I just watched that recently.
What a
Yep.
great movie.
And
that was
we can talk
fantastic.
about that in a second. The
Definitely
Dracula
was not
Sucks.
where I. Oh, go ahead.
I want to talk about it too because I watched it too. But the Dracula Sucks edition release of Renfield on digital Blu-ray and DVD will have the following extras: feature commentary with producers Samantha Nasenboim, screenwriter Ryan Ridley and crew, hilarious deleted and extended scenes, alternate takes, Dracula Uncaged, go inside the mind of a vampire as Dracula himself, Nicolas fucking Cage, reveals the secrets behind turning a classic character into a memorable monster. Monsters and Men, behind the scenes of Renfield, an in-depth look at Renfield casts, sets, costumes, and more as the actors and filmmakers reveal how they modernized a famous terror tale with trailblazing comedy and over-the-top action. Stages of rejuvenation, see how special makeup effects bring the undead to life through the 4 stages of Dracula's incredible transformation. Flesh and blood, exploding heads, peeling faces, severed limbs. They're all part of the macabre movie magic that fuels Renfield with inventive action and hilarious horror. Fighting Dirty, stunt coordinator Christopher Brewster leads a look at the training, choreography, and careful execution that goes into the film's spectacular stunts and fight scenes. The making of a deleted scene, Renfield's dance. Nicholas Hoult and choreographer Catherine Burns pull back the curtain on constructing an elaborate musical number for a fantasy dance sequence. And last but not least, optional English, SDH, French, Canadian, and Latin America Spanish subtitles for the main feature. Bam!
I think the
I made it
bloopers
through
for
that.
that with Nicolas Cage wearing that the after he's first disfigured would just be hilarious. Like I could imagine the outtakes. Just
Yeah, it was amazing.
would you like to taste?
Hi,
In
Justin.
there holding his ear.
Yeah, the very beginning.
Justin, happy birthday to your wife! Yay! Happy birthday as well to Brandon's wife.
Yes.
Well, it's a double wife birthday.
You guys have had a bunch of things. I think you all there's this weird Dorkening energy for all of you gents. You have oh, we're celebrating our 8-year anniversary. So are we. So are we. So are we. Oh, guess what? My wife's birthday is today. So is mine. What the hell? Okay.
We're all married to the same person.
Woo!
Tom and Yo-Yo too,
Yep.
Yes.
And I have a cat. So
There you
how
go.
that works.
Hello, Mika.
My cat would come and visit me, but I closed the door.
But speaking of
That's
Ren,
so the humans can't
sorry.
hear me.
Go ahead, Jar Jar. I apologize.
Oh no! Speaking of Brentfield, what were you going to say?
I mean, for all of us, has everybody seen it here?
Yes.
I have not.
Oh, okay. Tom Dog's the only one. So in the very beginning, it's not a spoiler, but there is a great, I would say, homage to Bela Lugosi's Dracula. That drew me right in. I was like, all right, you got me. I'm right there because I loved all those 70s classic monsters, Frankenstein.
Have you watched the Dracula that's on Netflix?
Probably so.
It's really good. It goes through a whole Bela Lugosi. It goes through every rendition of Dracula as you go through the whole series. It's pretty interesting. Even
Was that a
Jerry Lewis.
docuseries?
No, it's a movie or TV show or whatever, but it's done as a series on Netflix, just called Dracula, I believe.
Ooh.
He even does.
I have to check that out.
He's in this one part where he's trying to get the nuns out of this monastery or whatever, and he's just like, "Hey, ladies!" It's just like, "Oh my God, he Jerry Lewis them." It's like, oh, it was great. It's just a really cool retelling of the Dracula story.
Yeah,
but back to Renfield.
But vampires must be really back in because I don't know if any of you guys saw the reboot or the continuation, I guess, of Interview with a Vampire that AMC put out a few months back.
Yeah.
That was fucking spectacular.
I've only caught the first few episodes that were on that, but yeah, I wanted my wife to watch it with me, or fiance, because that stuff looked really good.
It was really good, and I've never read the books, and Harley and my sister both read the books, and they were like, "Oh shit," they're going there, and it's really cool. But Renfield was awesome, comedic horror, anything that you would expect from Nick Cage. There were parts where the special effects seemed really high, and then at the same time there were other times when they seemed really low, and it felt like they were doing that on purpose to be campy. And it was great. The slapstick, the violence.
Oh, when he was holding his ear, I was just like, that is fucking hilarious.
And Nicholas Hoult as Renfield really did a brilliant job, both athletically and comedically. And we know that he's done the athletic thing before because we've seen him in the X-Men movies as Hank McCoy, the Beast. And he's also up for possibly being the next Superman in Superman Legacy. And I also heard him talked about in a few articles as possibly being Lex Luthor as well.
I could definitely see him doing a good Clark.
Yeah.
He has
Possibly.
very
I'm confused on the Lex Luthor though.
Well, dude, you got to picture him bald. If you just Google that, Nicholas Hoult, Lex Luthor, you'll find bald pictures online. So.
Oh, no kidding.
But
nice.
But yeah, he's interesting. And Awkwafina did not hip hop it up in this movie, so I appreciated that. Thank you, Awkwafina.
Yeah.
Quick mention to the person who's showing up as Facebook user. If you go to StreamYard.com/Facebook, you will automatically have your name show up again. It'll say hey, do you want to allow Facebook so your name so we know who you are? And I'll be like, yeah.
I
and then
wonder
we
what
can see who
concert
it
they
is.
were at when they got pregnant with them.
I'm assuming Justin mentioned Prince right above that. So.
Oh, okay.
Prince.
That's one hell of a concert to be pregnant at.
Yeah.
I got pregnant at Prince concert.
Justin, I want to know what kind of Pokemon you both are. I need to know. I'm not a huge Pokemon geek, but I'm a combination of like Psyduck, Snorlax.
What is going on?
Poke Talk.
The Irish kind.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Over the head.
Speaking of Pokemon,
yes.
The update for Pokemon Home came out the other day, and they included you are now able to do the Pokedex for both Scarlet and Shield. So Scarlet and Violet. So if you missed any Pokemon and you want to trade them up and everything like that to update your Pokedex, now you have that opportunity to do so.
Tom, you just surprised me. I would not have thought you to be a Pokemaster.
Believe it or not, I actually completed the Pokedex on this one. First time ever in a Pokemon game.
I would love to find Tom in the wild killing Pokemon on the phone. Right? I would need to videotape that.
Tom, do you know, is the download content out for Pokemon?
That's going to be coming. The part one wave. The first part of the DLC is coming out this fall, and then by the end of this year, the second one is going to be coming out.
Hey, I know Kari's not because it's a long trip for her this year, but is Yo-Yo and Tom Dog going to be attending Terrificon this year?
When is it?
July.
As soon as
last week of July.
27th.
Yeah.
The 28th to the 30th.
I can try.
And
I can.
Well, we're going to have a table there. Well, the Dorkening is going to have a table there.
Yes. And I want to go to this so bad, but financial reasons may keep me from going.
Rebecca Romaine, formerly Rebecca
Romaine. They just announced it today, and I want to meet her so bad.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that was her in Strange World. I was like, holy shit, I didn't realize. I've been watching you, Rebecca Romaine. Mm-hmm. And I'm actually a fan of her current husband.
Yes, Mr. O'Connell.
O'Connell.
I would love to talk. I would love to talk with Rebecca Romaine, just so that she can. I can reenact that line that she did in Austin Powers, "The Spy Who Shagged Me." And it's like, I'm Rebecca Romaine. I don't think I had the pleasure. Well, of course you haven't had the pleasure, Rebecca. We just met, baby. Yeah.
That was pretty good, Tom.
You know what, Rich?
Here's the thing about me. Ever since back when I was doing my shows on cable access, I've referenced the shit out of Austin Powers. I like before the camera goes on, even when I'm going live. Nothing but Austin Powers stuff.
It's your jam, baby. It's your jam.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. And since I was executive producer of that show at the studio, and I was like, sometimes I would throw in a little Dr. Evil and be like, I'm the freaking boss.
Make sure you stop by the table.
Throw me a freaking bone here.
Say hi.
Well, thanks for watching tonight, Angela. Thanks for chiming in.
Is that your sister, Yo-Yo?
No. My sister's name's Karen.
Oh, okay. My bad.
She was on. Her name shows up.
What are you trying to say, Jar Jar? That everyone Yo-Yo knows is a sister? Is that what you're trying to say?
That's what I'm saying. Damn it!
Wow!
All I remember is the last time somebody said hi to Yo-Yo. It was his sister, so I was assuming. I'm sorry.
People were like, "Oh my God, you've got a fan!" And he's like,
"I know other people.
I'm just causing trouble. I'm sorry.
I don't know anybody else.
My family refuses to watch me, so they all know me." But Rich, speaking of Terrificon and that big price issue, so I was talking with my mom the other day.
Yeah, and you got room over there, Rich?
Stuff.
Carrie needs a place to
'cause
crash.
I might be getting a free vacation to go out and hit Terrificon this year.
This year?
Just because,
What?
yeah, I'm
Awesome.
looking at we got to see how everything goes. I'm looking at prices. I'm looking up rooms, and it's kind of one of those. She retired and then she unretired because she got bored, but she has like a lot of. She spent half of her life traveling, and so she has all the miles and the bonus features for all the different stuff. So if we can find something and make it arrangeable, I might be out there with Terrificon with you guys. So
well, you
I
should
can,
you should definitely reach out to Jabo because his wife is a travel agent and she will find you the best deal. They're actually
Awesome.
staying in the same hotel that me and Drew are going to be sharing a room at, which is the Holiday Inn,
I'm
which
looking
is
at the
5 minutes away.
Okay, I'm looking at the Fairfield Marriott, but
that's really fun. I think.
It's only a mile.
Okay, it's a location that's closer. I thought at Fairfield, Connecticut. I was like, wow, that is too far.
No. Fairfield is
Oh,
the
yeah.
style of Marriott. It is not the place that it is.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think we're paying $220 or $230 a night.
Okay.
Again, it's pretty close.
And it's okay. Well, yeah, I'll check in there then too because I just wasn't sure.
Yeah.
My mother travels with a certain level of style, and I'm just like, that's my rent for a month. I can't stay there, but yeah. So
I thought live it up.
So
then.
I might be able to come.
Well, that's exciting that you'll be able to join us.
I hope.
And
I would love to go.
Yes,
but I would love to go, but financial reasons, I don't know if I'll be able to make it this year.
It's a tight year. Yeah, I understand. Sometimes you got.
And the fact that
Tom, do you ever put in for press passes? You have a
channel.
Yeah, a channel. You should go to the website. All right, and apply for press passes. You might get yourself in like that. That's
then
how
you just
I
have to worry about
first got into
transportation and food.
Yeah.
That's not a problem with
plan to get there.
transportation because I
mean,
drive.
As long as you put out product, Mitch is usually pretty happy to.
Yeah, the only sponsor I have is M&J Video Games and Collectibles.
More than I have
in my time.
But it's like as long as you put out content for the con itself, the con is able to grant you the
that's the only thing that pisses Mitch off. You'll have people go there, get these free press passes, and then they'll apply again a year later, and it's like, hey, what did you ever put out for us?
Yeah.
So,
right.
But, and as far as food goes, I'm going to be buying food when I get there. Just like food.
Well, Kari, FYI, also, that particular location has a ton of restaurants in it, all financial levels. I mean, you can get like a snack for like $5 or $6. I mean, or you can get like a really fancy dinner for hundreds of dollars. But there are all levels. Yeah. Like there's like an awesome gourmet burger place where you can get a burger for like $10, and it's fucking the balls.
Oh, nice!
It's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're used to like we do.
I'm very cheap. I'll help guide you.
I'm very cheap too. Very frugal. Well, I'll actually be going to Costco before going to the con.
That's what I want to do is hit a grocery store.
We'll snacks because honestly, it's work too. We'll be exhausted.
Yeah, I bring a cooler of snacks with me every day, so there'll be plenty of snacks.
I can sit behind the table for you guys when you're out doing interviews and then swap on and off and be like, okay, now I'll stand.
Sounds great.
If it works. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, listen, maybe you can
there is a girl.
You could be our sound person when Leo's at one interview. You could be our sound person on the other because he just got a second sound unit, so we could do 2 interviews at once.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
my fiance will be there as well. So
are you guys getting the Airbnb this year, Jar Jar?
Yes.
Okay.
Airbnb again. Very nice.
Nice.
That way, I can disappear whenever I want to and still be within walking distance. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think there's a funny story. Rebecca Romaine's actually her ex-husband, who is John Stamos.
Yes.
And I don't know how many of you guys know, there is a little person comedian. and Brad Williams. I don't know if any of you guys are aware of him, but apparently Dave Coulier and the other guy from that just passed
Bob
away,
Saget.
Bob Saget, they were at a comedy thing, and they're like, Brad, you have to meet John Stamos. And Brad Williams is like, great, I love John Stamos, Jesse and the Rippers, I can't wait. And he's like, no, Brad, you don't understand. He has a fear of little people.
Oh, no shit.
He goes, and Bob Saget, I know what I must do. So they're distracting John Stamos, and Brad Williams runs in, and he launches onto his leg and starts hate fucking his leg. And there's a John Stamos is like trying to like kick him off like he's a horny dog and shit. I just thought it was a good story.
Oh, rest in peace, Bob.
Yeah,
Bob
said,
gone too soon.
He may have played someone super wholesome on TV, but he had a wicked sense of
he was
humor,
a dirty
criminal.
Oh, his comedy specials were crazy.
And he was great. It was great.
Yeah, he was pretty.
That ain't right. That ain't right is the best one.
Before he passed, he had a podcast going. I listened to a couple of episodes. It was pretty good. It's sad that he passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I have one last thing before I'm like, all right, we're an hour and 15 minutes into it, and Kari's finally on her last fucking piece of news for the day. So
are you picturing John Stamos kicking a midget off his legs? A bearded midget.
Get up,
the fear in his eyes.
Little person. I apologize. Little person.
So Stephen King, who recently said that he thought The Flash was thumbs up, they're releasing the day after Spider-Man, The Boogeyman, a new version of his short story, The Boogeyman, that was put out in like the 70s, and then in the 80s, they added it to part of the Night Shift movie series. But it's going to be this time, instead of a short, it's going to be a feature film length. And how many of you are old enough or nostalgic enough to have watched the original I think it was Night Shift. Wasn't that the name of the movie series where they did a bunch of short clips of his books? Well, Cat's Eyes is one of them, but it has.
Well,
this is the short Boogeyman?
Story. The Boogeyman is from the Nightbreed series.
No, Nightbreed was the movie that we were watching before. That's called.
I'd have to call
it's
back.
Night Shift has like the Mangler and a bunch of other ones, but this is the short story in which a man is sitting down talking to a therapist and trying to deal with the fact that he's had multiple children die of crib death or SIDS, and that his latest child is complaining about the boogeyman, and he's been scared of the boogeyman, and they're releasing it with a whole kind of different premise behind it. It's going to be directed by Jeff Shiro, who I know nothing about. Tales from the Dark Side, Night Shift Collection, Monster in the Family. So he seems. But the Boogeyman short was in Night Shift Collection Volume 2. And the thing is it was one of those movies that had the ending where you just kind of flip out. Like the whole movie is a slow burn, and then like the jump scare bam at the very end. And it's not so much a jump scare, but it feels that way. And I just remember watching this as a kid, was a teenager, over at a friend's house for a slumber party. And then we spent the whole night, we'd be talking and all of a sudden look behind the other person and just stare and drop back for a second and make them jump, because they'd be like, "What's over my shoulder?" And we did that like nonstop. And so that's why I remember that movie so much. And it just happens they're expecting like a $15 million in return for it for the first weekend, because they're opening right up against Spidey. So there's no way they're going to get those viewers. But maybe people who pass out in the theater and get up can walk over and check out the Boogeyman. And
I was supposed to be at the screener last night, but my back told me to go F myself.
Yeah,
was on
you were.
splash pages instead.
I wish I lived on your side of the state because I would have taken you up on that opportunity. That would have been nice.
Yeah, well,
I'm
yeah,
too
because
far away from
not
everybody.
this week, but last week we were actually giving away tickets to the screening
Yeah.
of the Boogeyman. And so
I live too far away.
well, hopefully
It looks like
there'll be more screeners. So Yo-Yo can certainly jump on again too.
I'd
And
like that.
Stephen
As
King
long as I have the
was.
day off or get off early.
Yeah, or a day
He
off.
was also started to see one.
Yeah, this was a 7:00 movie, but you still got to be traveling by like 5:30.
Yeah, and I did not leave until 6. So
Yeah, you'd been cutting it tight, unless you drove and parked there.
I'd have to take an Uber.
Yeah, I drive to Riverside and then train in. But
Ooh, that's
be
something
happy
I
to
need
give you
to
a ride if
do.
you were available. What's that, Kara?
If I do get to come out to Terrificon, will you guys teach me how to use the trains? Because we do not have that in Nebraska.
Oh, we don't have that.
I've never ridden a
You
train.
won't need the train in Connecticut. Trains in
No.
Massachusetts.
Yeah, sorry.
Connecticut,
Well,
you're
damn.
all about
Okay.
Ubers.
I mean, there are trains in Connecticut. You just won't need it.
Yeah. That's if you're
Okay.
going from like Mohegan to Hartford or something like that.
Okay, so just hotel trolleys is all I have to worry about,
Yeah,
pretty much.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
And I think a bunch of us are going to have cars anyway. So
Yeah.
that helps. We've been down to we go to Laughlin a lot for our trips. That's what Mom and I do. She gets casino points too because we go to the casino and I lose all the time, but she does good. So she gets like, 2 people get a round trip charter flight and 4 days lodging for $98 total. So we're like, yes, we will do that because why would you not? But that's what she quit doing that now that she's back to work. So she's like, well, if you really want to go to this thing, maybe you can go. So you can see my friends.
that's exciting news. We'll finally get to meet you in person.
Yeah, I'm very short. I've been
Well,
told.
don't worry, we're
Are you
disappointed.
prepared?
Don't worry, we won't talk down to you. True story. We had when I was working at Stop and Shop. There was this coworker I had. She was the tallest one in the whole store. She was like I would say like maybe 6'3", 6'5", and she would always.
Big woman.
Yeah, she was really tall, and she was a little bit bummed out. I said everybody's always asking me for stuff and everything like that. I cheered her up by telling her that I was like, well, everybody looks up to you.
No, I'll teach her. I'm 6'4" myself. I've started to do the opposite. When somebody asks me to grab something up high for them, I ask them to grab something down low for me. I'm like, all right, my knees are shit. Can you get that?
And also too,
I don't even have a
if,
comment that I can make without it going somewhere bad with that. So
Yeah.
and then I also
Razor
reassured
blade.
you if anybody stepped out of line, she can always talk down to them too.
No,
So
Mom and
I cheered her up a little bit.
It's all right, Kara. We get tired at the cons. We could just lean on you.
Yeah.
There you go. I have pretty deep broad shoulders. You can't actually tell. I'm not like a football player, but for a girl, it's to hold up all the hair.
All
You
right.
get. But
Upper body strength.
I'm
Me
a
and
hugger
Rich
too,
are
like Matt. So
twigs.
I could probably carry you both around on my back. For Christ's sake.
Yeah.
It would
We're
be
both
this very
big,
tall.
though.
You get, look at
I'm
him
really
go.
tall.
I'm 6 and he's 6'4".
Yeah.
So I'm probably about 200. What are you about 230, Jeremy?
I wish.
What,
I'm
170?
scrawny. You sure? Carrie's on the right track. Try around 180.
Really? Oh man.
Yeah, I'm crackhead too. I'm on that diet called anorexia. I don't know if any of you heard of it. It's pretty intense.
Yeah, I imagine.
I'm on the seafood diet.
Yeah.
I
I
see
wish
food
I-
and I eat it.
There you go.
I wish I
And I'm a
could.
diabetic too, so
That's not good.
I've been working on doing sit-ups when I wake up in the morning
I'm
and
a
stuff
rebel.
because I
I
cannot.
sit up when I
I'm-
wake up too.
I'm 47 years old
More of
and
a
I
roller.
cannot get on the floor and like do sit-ups and then actually make it back up again. You know, it's like you do the sit-ups in bed, turn over to the wall, you can do your crunches, and then you can finally get off the bed or just go back to sleep, depending
Well,
on
that's
how
why I gotta
tired
get
you're
out.
doing this.
Be right back, guys.
That's why I got to get out back out to the garden. That's where I do all my actual exercise. During the winter, I become this like hobbit inside the house, never seen the light of day, and then in the summer, I just don't go inside.
I was worried about who we were going to have on tonight, and so last night as I was falling asleep, I was thinking to myself, like, what if Jeremy and I alone had a show? It could be like teaching people how to hermit properly.
Oh,
Like,
I hermit like a motherfucker. Let me tell you.
I remember when COVID started and everybody was at home.
Not happy about
I was
COVID.
the king.
Yeah, I was
Or
like,
queen.
what? I don't have to go out?
Dude, I was on the road every day, and I was the king because there was nobody else on the fucking road.
I know.
I had all these
Incredible.
family members who were like, I've been drinking wine 4 bottles a day and I haven't changed out of this shirt in a week. And I'm like, okay,
That's
we
my
gotta
normal.
work on, we gotta work on your hermiting technique here a little
Yeah,
bit.
everybody was like
but
making bread and weird ass shit they were making every day. And I'm like, I'm working.
They literally,
Same
the
here.
first law passed in Nebraska
I
was
dug
that
a
alcohol was
hole with
available
my
for
kids.
delivery.
I took I was still with my ex at the time, and me and my son and his friend dug a big old. We were going to build a clubhouse underground, and we dug the hole. My only worry is once we had it all dug out, I was like, well, what if this collapses in on us? So I was at that point, I was like, you know what? Just fill it back up with dirt, guys. I'm too worried. I was like, it's too dangerous.
like-
We're all going to die.
What
But
wasn't
we
it
dug out a bomb
Sigourney
shelter.
Weaver in that show with holes? What was where they dig out the holes and fill in the holes? The child camp, like for bad kids,
I
where
remember.
they're just out in the desert.
there was a Disney movie called that.
It was called Holes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Disney movie.
Oh, wait,
Shia
With
LaBeouf
Sigourney
was
Weaver.
in that movie.
Yeah, Shia
Oh.
LaBeouf was in it.
Speaking of weird segues, speaking of Disney stuff series that just came out, has anybody checked out? I've only seen the trailer and it looked really good. American Born Chinese.
It's out now.
Yeah, it is.
I haven't seen it yet.
You know, the
Yeah, I
trailer
haven't
looked
seen
great.
it yet. But
I started watching the beginning of the trailer. I'm like, oh, it's a teen movie with Asian kids, and I'm not going to dig it. And then the trailer flipped. It looks amazing. If you guys haven't checked out the trailer, you should.
I need
definitely
to
check
because
it out.
it sounds.
there's
Yeah.
there's
I
something
haven't
going
been
on
I
with-
haven't been on Disney Plus in like a long time, ever since HBO Max updated to Max, and I've been binge watching BattleBots ever since.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, they both have great content as far as like old cartoons.
Oh, yeah.
Max or
I love
HBO,
watching
what
all
was
the
formerly HBO Max, has an amazing
Yeah.
DC hub that is all the DC live action and animated movies, and it's pretty.
But then this game came out, and I haven't been
Oh
on
my
any of the
God, Tom.
apps.
All right,
I guess you're a game head, huh?
you're
Tom?
a hardcore gamer there, Tom Dog.
How is
I
that
try to
in
for
the
be.
you?
last time.
This game is by far very addicting.
I
This
wish
game
once
is-
again. I tried out the
This
last
sto-
Zelda game, and I was just like, they want you cooking and doing all this stuff. I'm just like, man.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
just
well.
wanna
It's a
get the
direct sequel to
Triforce.
that.
Oh,
It's a direct-
Even more recipes.
Yes,
I love
yes.
that. I
But
made
this
Guild
one-
Fights.
This game is a lot darker than Breath of the Wild, because now there's like a dark force has risen and everything like that, and it's messed up the whole place of Hyrule, and you gotta find Princess Zelda and everything. I can't really explain the synopsis, but It's
a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun, yes. And I've been putting in a lot of hours in this game. And
what system is that, Tom? That you
for the Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
For the Nintendo Switch. And
I'm looking at my
so,
PS2.
You're such a millennial, Tom, with your Nintendo Switch.
Yes, I have Nintendo Switch. I have the Xbox Series S, and I have the PS4. I'm working on getting the PS5.
Okay.
And everything,
I
need to put them on computer. I can't do that.
I had to choose between the X and the PS5. I went with the Series X because of Game Pass.
Yes.
I like having all those games at my fingertips.
Oh my God, those the games that they've been coming out with that it's been awesome.
They do really well with it. I'm surprised. I mean, I guess that's how they make their money.
Yeah. Yeah, in a couple of weeks, Xbox is going to be doing their showcase, so I'm going to be doing that.
If you're a World of Warcraft player, there are free Prime loot things going on right now. You don't actually have to have your account active. You can just go in as long as you're a Prime member and you have your Battle.net account attached to your Amazon Prime account and get, I think currently it is just a purple shirt, but it's the Prime purple shirt. So, it's one of those collectible things. I haven't played WoW in a long time. I was I have the latest expansion, but I was going to, on my other shows, guys, on the PBDC network, I am Delphine because I let a crow possess me and go through that on there. And I was going to do Del Derp's Dragonflight on Twitch because I cannot make the goddamn dragons fly. And because you need to build up your dragons by flying through these things and it gives them bonuses. And I'm like, how am I supposed to fly through those things if I can't make my goddamn dragon get off the ground? Like, oh, well, you got to climb up here first and then summon it and then dive down so you're free falling and okay, so I quit playing that. But I was in a guild in Forsaken World that I played for a couple of years that was called Hyrule because they were all about Zelda, and we had a weekly. There's a weekly PvP match against all different guilds that would you fought for territory over the map and you all won special things if you owned different sizes of territory. And we would gather our entire group together, and it was so cheesy. But somebody announced in World Chat, our guild leader would always be like, "Who rules?" And then all of us, "High rules!" And we'd do that back and forth 3 times, and then everybody would make fun of us. Awesome. And then we'd go and kick some ass. Yeah, we were. It was fun.
It is.
The first time
I'm surprised that game is still going on. That game, World of Warcraft is
wow?
World of Warcraft. Yeah, I'm amazed about how long that's and they got a new expansion coming out soon too, and I'm like, wow.
I updated through Dragonflight. The problem that I have with what they're doing now is that I bought into Dragonflight, so I'm up through the latest new world and everything, but after they started releasing after Cataclysm and there's Lich King Cataclysm, Happy fucking Panda Land, and a couple of other ones that all came out. And if you want to be able to play those characters, you have to unlock that zone. And some of them require 2 months worth of questing. Even if you're doing, because you can only do so many a day and then you're cut off. And so you have to go, but just to be able to unlock some of the areas still, I figure if I just bought the latest expansion, can't I at least be able to use the characters from the other ones?
Yeah.
I don't know. Why should I have to devote this many months to opening content that
the Panda update, that Panda expansion was my first introduction to WoW.
I was playing way back. I started way back in the day, and then I quit after Lich King Cataclysm and came back and was just like, what happened?
And it's funny because I heard about World of Warcraft through that meme going around that was Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins.
Hey guys, I hate to say it, but I just realized that the head cover that Leo put for the Midweek Geeks this week is, which we haven't talked about at all, is the TMNT trailer. Did anybody?
Oh yeah,
I have
saw
that.
it. It was awesome.
Is there another one that dropped? Because I remember seeing.
Yeah,
One
new one
just
dropped just
today.
this
Yeah,
morning.
it just came out. It came out today.
That's the last tab I have too. And the thing is that I'm not sure the legalities and how exactly to play it, so I am unable to play the recording for you. But I can tell you about it if you would like.
Yeah, I didn't end up
I
watching
mean-
it. I knew it dropped. So tell me, Kari, I'm interested.
Well, I'll just drop you. We're gonna go into what bloody disgusting because I do horror shit. That's just it. Yeah, go ahead and have a runoff. It's a good time. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem full trailer unleashes a new generation of monsters. The brand new animated TMNT movie from producer Seth Rogen is titled Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, and the official trailer has arrived this morning. Mutant Mayhem will be unleashed in theaters on August 4th, 2023, and this brand new full trailer gives us a good idea of the storyline at play in the latest TMNT adventure. Here's the rundown. After years of being sheltered from the human world, the Turtle Brothers set out to win the hearts of New Yorkers and be accepted as normal teenagers through heroic acts. Their new friend, April O'Neil, helps them take on a mysterious crime syndicate, but they soon get in over their heads when an army of mutants is unleashed upon them. Watch the full official Mutant Mayhem trailer below, which I can't, which gives us a first look at the various mutant monsters the gang will be battling this time around. The art style on display here is particularly striking, guaranteed to spawn a new generation of TMNT fans. Micah Abbey, Shimon Brown Jr., Nicholas Cantu, and Brady Noon will voice the roles of Donatello, Michelangelo, Leonardo, and Raphael, respectively. The cast also includes Jackie Chan as Splinter, Hannibal Buress as Genghis Frog, Rose Byrne as Leatherhead, John Cena as Rocksteady, Ice Cube as Superfly, Natasha Demetrio as Wingnut, Iowa DeBury as April O'Neil, Giancarlo Esposito as Baxter Stockman, Post Malone as Ray Fillet, Paul Rudd as Mondo Gecko, Maya Rudolph as Cynthia Utrom, and Seth Rogen as Bebop.
Damn, they've got a fucking cast.
Yeah, that's a hell of a cast. Who was John Cena?
Jeff
Who was his character?
He's
John
a
Cena is Rocksteady.
He's Rocksteady? Okay.
Rocksteady, yeah.
Yeah.
And Ice Cube is Bebop?
No, Seth Rogen's Bebop.
Yeah,
he's Seth Rogen is
Superfly.
Bebop?
Ice Cube is Superfly.
I don't
Ice
know that
Cube
character.
also is his
Wingnut,
I think it's a new character.
I know
think it's a new
Wingnut
character.
and Mondo Gecko. I was kind of shocked that
Oh my
they're
god,
throwing so many
the design for
characters in.
Mondo Gecko is awesome.
I'm just
In
confused
this
on
one.
Wingnut and No Screw Loose.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And Giancarlo as Baxter. That could be interesting.
I think that's going to be awesome, personally.
That could be really cool. I love his voice. He is just evil.
I think he's going to kill that role.
Yeah. That you could definitely see him as mad scientist.
Yeah, and I watched the video and it looks really good. It almost, the animation, at first I thought it was almost a claymation type thing. Hi, Facebook user, go over to StreamYard.com/Facebook and your name will show up. It's awesome.
Technical tip from your girl Kari.
That's what I do.
And
I had
quick little update though on the Mutant Mayhem Turtles movie. From what I've been seeing, it's going to come out on August the 2nd.
Nice.
okay.
Which is the day before my birthday.
So we know what to do.
So that's
for
going to be my
birthday present.
traditional birthday movie.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say, in the whole nerd culture community, this summer is really chock full. We have, this week we have Spider-Man. I think the following week we have The Flash. August we have Blue Beetle.
I'm very excited to see that.
We have the Scroll on Disney Plus. Secret Invasion coming up. Loki season 2. I mean, there is a ton of stuff coming out, and I love it all.
and enjoy it while we
Yeah.
can, because we don't know how long this writer strike is going to be for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Because like,
I hate to be the
As-
buzzkill on the Debbie
as all
Downer
this
of the whole
stuff
thing.
trickles out, that means less stuff trickling back in.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we have two nerd things that are still filming, which we discussed earlier was Deadpool, and then the other one is Daredevil.
Yeah.
Because they also had their scripts already when the strike ended.
Yeah, and
Hope
there's
every
been
line is good though.
What's that, Yo-Yo?
Hope every line is good, and they don't need to.
Yeah,
do
right.
rewrites or anything.
Yeah.
I've been also reading that.
What's it, Carrie?
Who is it besides Deadpool that had the script already out?
Daredevil.
You-
Born Again.
Oh, Daredevil and okay.
Yeah. Charlie Cox, Vince D'Onofrio.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and a little bit of Daredevil news. Remember the actress that was in the Daredevil series that when they were on Netflix and everything?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
I forgot
her name.
Yeah, she played Karen.
Yeah, I forgot her name too.
She played
She
Karen
does.
Page.
Yeah.
Yes,
She did
she is not returning for this one. For this,
no?
Right.
No.
Well,
and I don't think what's his name's returning either. The guy
No,
who played,
initially that's what they were saying, Jar Jar, and I think I earlier reported that, but there have been some sightings of him on the set.
Oh, no kidding.
So he's either visiting his buddy or he's got a few scenes.
I'm hoping Jeffrey
Foggy
Cantor.
Nelson.
Yeah, Foggy. I'm hoping Jeffrey Cantor, who played the editor on the show, I'm hoping he comes back, because I actually have a connection to him. And if he comes back, we can get him on splash pages, and it'll be fun, and we'll have a whole meaning.
Very cool.
That'd be awesome.
I'm gonna real quick. Jenny Elliott, hello. I'm still in Owlite, and I'm doing all that too. I'm still in PPDC. I am just here now as well. And everybody, this is Jenny Elliott. We love her. She is the sweetest person in the world. She keeps Raz and I sane by helping us out with different things on the Owlite and such.
Is that
And
Jenny
Just
that
got
was
that
on?
Super Sandman bonus, Carrie?
yes, she's the one who won the Ultimate Comic stuff.
Yeah,
The Ultimate Comic package out of there.
Purple
you guys-
pages.
Yeah, got the purple cover. Jenny won. Well, I think we all won, really, because seriously, I was looking through my stuff and just being like, oh my god, holy shit. You have to pay like $7 for a comic now. This one costs 30 cents. This is older than me, maybe. Almost, kind of, possibly.
Remember when we were drawing the line at $1.99? Well, now it's $4.99.
What's the furthest back? What's the cheapest anyone can remember paying cover price for?
25 cents.
I'm the same.
But that
$1.
was straight out of. It was still out of back issue boxes, but I think I still got to pay the cover.
A new book.
New book. My
Oh
new
god,
book,
I gotta.
I was probably.
What are you, Jeremy? Like 75 cents?
Yeah, I was probably at the 75 cents brand new books.
Okay. How about you, Yo-Yo?
I honestly don't remember because I wasn't the one paying for it. So
What's the furthest back you remember the cheapest you paid for a new comic book?
yeah, I wasn't the one paying for it.
Never?
No. Well,
Never,
not
ever?
never. Like nowadays, yes, but that's also like not like that.
So
long
like
ago.
10 years ago when they were $1.99 or $2.99?
Oh, dude. Okay, I'm looking at mine and like.
Trying to
Rise
pin
of
you
the
down,
Midnight
Yo-Yo. Give me a
Suns
number.
was $2.50.
$2.50, Carrie?
Well, that was in the Rise of the Midnight Suns crossover, which was close to when I started collecting.
Okay, what about you, Tom?
World Championship Wrestling issue 1 with Lex Luger on the cover. $1.
Oh, nice.
$1. Very cool. And he even remembers the issue.
$1.
That's pretty cool.
I love that one.
Awesome.
Let's see. So 1986 was when I started collecting. And cover price back in 86 was...
Oh, so now it's difficult. For me, it's going to be 74.
Yeah, 75 cents. You're right on there, Rich.
Nice. Yeah, the first time I got a chance to buy comics was when I had to wait till after I started working, and I worked right next to a mall in the town that was near our village that I grew up in, and so I was able to like go across the parking lot and go into the mall, and then there was a comic book store. Um, but I found out later, and I can't remember what in the hell it was he did. But I went to school across at the other end of the state. Nebraska's just flat for a plane. You just actually 180. You could seriously lock your wheel in place as long as you weren't worried about running into the back of somebody and nap for like 200 or 300 miles. It just goes straight. And when I got there and I was doing my college thing, I'm like, yeah, I'm collecting this, I'm collecting that. And I went down to the local store there, and she was like, wait a minute, you came from Fremont? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, please tell me that you weren't getting comics from, and she names the guy's name. And I'm like, yeah, that was pretty much the only place in town. It was closest to where I worked, and I figured, they had the comics that I wanted. Why? And she's like, I can't remember what it was, but she showed me like on the back couple of pages or on the back like inside cover, there was something that he would do to them that would damage the comic that wasn't highly noticeable unless you were looking for it. But he was basically destroying almost everything he sold, so that like the shit that he had on the walls, that's why I was so excited to get my Ghost Rider 15 with the glow in the dark text cover, was because that one was up on the wall for hundreds of dollars, and everything else I could afford to get, but I could never afford that one. But any normal comic that he didn't have that wasn't what slabbed, he destroyed the value of, which seems like a really weird way to operate a comic book store to me.
Yeah.
But apparently he was just like, yeah. Oh, but Jenny, go ahead and get them hooked here too, because there's going to be so much. This show is all about geek speak. You missed right before this. Jeremy was over on Still Token With, and they have like Token with the Dead is one of their things, and they have lots of ghost stories and stuff.
And right now, Jeremy is Token with the Live.
Token with the Live. Yeah, we spoke to Deborah Twist tonight. She has a new movie out called Sapiosexual, which is people who are into intelligence or sexuality, which is weird. The movie was quite an intense one.
Was it? Because that's not what you were saying last night.
I know. It gets better as I toke with the live.
Nice.
That is that's post credit shit. Velvet J. Yeah.
Well,
so yeah,
sometimes I like to throw some fun in the mix.
And on Tuesdays you'll catch those two over on Splash Pages as well, which if you're like me, you watch obsessively, because it was I can't do this right.
How did you find us, Kari?
I found you because
it's Steve Van Samson's fault.
Steve Van Samson. Yeah. Blame it all on Steve. This great guy named, down here are some books called More Lore from the Mythos. And this is my whole story of how I got here. And it also involves on how I accidentally got published. Somebody entered me in a Facebook group that was called More Lore from the Mythos. And I've been entered into a couple of different books by like cousins of mine and stuff that know I'm into horror. And this was just like, hey, submit a horror story that has to do with Lovecraft. And I'm like, all right. Jenny, if you just look at the comments above or below where you're looking at this, it'll be, everybody should be listed. Tom Dog is on Real Pro, though. He isn't normally in here. So.
Yeah, but he was on the show with us the other day, which she was.
Yeah, but he was on the same show that you were, so yeah. So basically, you only need to find Yo-Yo, and you'll have everybody. But yeah, I submitted this story, and I got published, and it was like, oh, cool, I'm published. And then I was in this
I didn't know that. Congratulations.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a couple of years ago. It was like right after my birthday, and it was I found out right beforehand. We published on my birthday, which is Halloween, so horror stories. That's when we get published.
So does that mean that were copies sold, Kari? Besides, like your mom?
Yeah, I have royalties and stuff coming in from it
Nice.
still. Yeah,
Congratulations.
And-
That's awesome.
yeah,
Cool.
thank you. Yeah, I have copies of that. Then I got into the second book as well.
I had a poem
and
published,
then-
but never got anything for it.
Oh, I have another. I have 2 publications with Raz, which are the Warlord from the Mythos 2, which also has Steve Van Sampson in it as well. And then we went over to Fakor, which is one of our sponsors over on PBDC, and she put out this lovely lady, Patty, kind of runs things over there, and she put out some stuff, and I'm in one of those. And Raz has been getting a number of different things published lately. He's got Jenny helping him out, organizing all of his shit. And I'm just working on submitting things here and there. I've really enjoyed doing the short stories. Everybody's got that novel inside of them, but I've been working on getting the voice really well with the yo-yo. I may need help. The yo-yo that popped up is Hispanic.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I'm under yo-yo or anything.
No. I'll hook you up after the show, Jenny. But yeah, so I've been working on a lot of I just send things off for anthologies, because when you're in an anthology, you meet all the people that are involved in the anthologies, and then you get to meet all of their people. And so, like, through Steve Van Sampson, they were doing some premieres of his book on Patsy did one, and Leo did one on Just the Dorkening. You guys did. And so I started watching you guys, and then I couldn't show up all the times when certain shows run, so I just ended up joining the Dorkening in general as a fan and watching whatever shows were live cast. And then, because of my connections to the books, I've had people to put on my own podcast because I interview authors and such. And so it's all come full circle. It's super fun.
And we're just so damn entertaining that we've pulled her into the fold.
Yes, I was just like, I started off, I gotta admit, I was watching Patsy and Ashes, or who were I was initially following, and then I got pulled into a show on my own that had me working on Thursday, so I couldn't watch live while I was also performing, so I missed that. But I was like, well, these guys are live, and holy shit, they do comics and shit that I'm interested in. So yeah, and you too can eventually get to hang out with your favorite hostings of your favorite podcast hosts if you just try hard enough and are dedicated enough and don't send them dead things. It's pretty much the way you go, unless they're into it. Check over on the PBDC for that.
We're not into it.
They aren't into it.
You can send us
live. Just
live things.
Yes.
Or
cash gifts, comic books, art.
We like all that.
We like all that.
I mean, flowers are kind of dead things. I don't mind flowers.
Sure.
It's true. All right. Yeah, it depends what the dead thing is, I guess. Like, I guess
it'd be very specific dead things.
Like, if you want to get me the meat of
I don't know. You just want a box full of dead flowers. I don't know what you're going to do with that. I mean, if it's like somehow like an artistic motif, maybe.
Some dried flowers,
So
Yo-Yo's like, I need some cheap potpourri. Fuck you. They're going to send it to me. God damn it. Just let them.
Yo-Yo, I need your address, and I will send you a combination of some oils and like sprays and stuff if you want, and a shirt if you still want one, because you never got back to me really.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I was like, yeah, I'll do that, and you're like, yeah, and there's like,
watch out.
If you send
Well, he was like, I don't know who this super stalker lady is. I don't know if I want to answer her fucking emails.
No, honestly, I'm just terrible at responding back.
That's totally true. I come off as like, it's fun when I send the shark pictures. Yes, we love them.
Yeah. I mean,
her kids are
I
super
got
cute.
used to Kari, but in the beginning, I was like, "Who is this lady that always showing up
She's
on our
fucking
show?
nuts.
Who is this stalker lady?"
Rich, we've got to stop inviting everybody who watches onto the show, though. We keep running out of people watching.
I know. Now we're fine.
We've got Jenny. We've got Angela.
Oh, in a couple of weeks, they'll both be on the. They'll be on the show.
Listen,
Angela Bergeron.
on our YouTube channel, even though we often only get like 15 to 60 views, I often see on other channels where people have shared our stuff where we're getting like 300-400 a week. So I mean, I think that's pretty good.
No.
And we've got the website now, and I know Leo wants to build that up once we get past his mom issues. So hopefully by the end of the summer we can be rolling hard again, because we're going to get some great content from Terrificon. And I'm always trying to put clips up of the show. And I actually had someone that I've met through TikTok that lives in Natick that I passed by. She has ducks, so I watch her duck videos sometimes. And I did a delivery right by her house today, and she's like, I really. And she goes, I'm not into nerd culture. She goes, do you have like broadcasting experience? And I'm like, I do not. And she's like, well, I think you have a great voice for it, and you're doing something. Yeah. So
you are great with your delivery.
Well, I appreciate that, and it's always nice to hear a compliment. But I
and you got another one coming, Joker, because your TikToks are amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Tom. It's very nice of you. I try to disseminate my nerd content, and I do it for fun. Maybe one day it'll come to something, but in the meantime, it's just me learning video editing. And I'm a 50-year-old nerd, and the fact that I fell off, probably I want to say in the early 2000s, technology started to shoot right by me. And now that I'm getting back into it, and it's fun, and I can't do everything. Like, I can't do any video editing on the laptop. I do it all on my cell phone. And that works for me. And a lot of people can't do it on their cell phone. They only do it on laptops. So I always go backwards.
That's something that I know people who write their novels on their phone. And I'm just like, how do you, I have my phone hooked up to my laptop so I can type my texts, because I hate phoning for anything other than actually phoning and taking shitty pictures, because I buy cheap phones. But
the phone's only for
I can say thank God to the school system that I'm old enough that they forced us to take keyboarding. It was still typewriters. It wasn't even on computers. It was electric,
I did typewriters.
IBM typewriters. So I know my ASDF semicolon JKL colon semicolon. I know that placement, and I know where all the keys are, and that is very fucking helpful. Because I'm not like the kids. I can't go. Me, I'm doing it like it's a typewriter.
Yeah, and you get the WASD keys when you game a lot, so you get. I still 10 key too. I'm a big fan of the 10 key.
Oh, you're a PC.
I don't know. Yes, I am, because I can't afford consoles.
And with the directionals and this with the numbers.
Yeah, I can't do that shit at all.
You macro
your controller. You want to talk about really putting a guy behind?
Okay. No, I can do controllers for like Mortal Kombat and a bunch of stuff. My favorite thing about gaming, I just started playing this before, is fishing. I love fishing in games, and so like you guys are talking about, oh god, you have to make food and you have to do crafting and stuff, and I'm like, that's my favorite part of the game. I make craft guilds and tutorials, and I go out and have one character that does each thing so that it's all taken care of, so that I can supply my entire guild with the top of the tier gear. Or whatever.
You like the monotony of the games, the little, I used to intricacies.
Yeah, the side quests and games and stuff like that. Like
I just want to go and swing a sword at stuff.
Game from hell in Final Fantasy X.
I love Final Fantasy games. Except for those are getting even more complicated too. Yeah, I don't play any of the card games or any of that stuff inside the Final Fantasy. I just do the main story. I'll level up my character like crazy. Like I love just farming, but
I would spend hours fishing.
Yes, yo.
I heard card games that actually made me think. Did anybody see the Magic the Gathering, Lord of the Rings cards?
No, but if you're going to talk about that, could you potentially answer another question of mine as well? I used to play Magic the Gathering
potentially
way back in the day, and last night they talked about something that made me, I can't remember what it was. I looked something up, and it said that they had a Transformers crossover with Magic as well, and I was like, what? Because
That don't make
I haven't played Magic. I haven't bought new Magic cards for probably about a decade, but I played.
Wait,
I have thousands of them.
robots can be magic.
I mean,
It was some sort of. I think it was some sort of promo, but I'm not sure, and that's what I was going to ask. But Lord of the Rings Magic cards, please tell us, share. I want to know.
I mean, I just saw some pictures of them on Instagram. They look nice.
now is it combining like taking your say Gandalf and making him a? Oh
Let's
yeah,
just,
yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's Sting. Sting stung.
Are they playable in the Magic universe?
I would have to assume so.
Okay, because I found out that the Transformers ones were too, and people were like, "Oh yeah, they can only be playable in these certain ranks."
Huh.
But
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to be the case here.
That's
No.
interesting that they would even do that because in many books, electricity is totally disrupted by magic.
yeah, they I think they got around using some of the things because instead of like they had like change instead of transform and do this instead of the technical terms is how they
Oh, okay. So they were more
altered the
morphing.
way it might have been like a
Change
magical way of
morphers.
doing stuff. But they do have I mean, like magic messes up
morphers.
electronics and Harry Potter, but
I have
not so much
Agamotto
in
in disguise.
magic because magic didn't really ever have that much technology. Like they had magical technology and they had some fun stuff, but yes, show us more cards. I love these stuff.
Nice.
Magic was my game.
All right. Well,
I used to
kiddies,
collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Velvet Joker's at his 2-hour limit because he's an old man.
Mm.
So I bid you all
we are
adieu.
at 2 hours, aren't we?
Thank you for having me tonight. I hope you all guys have a great evening and a great week.
You as well.
Nerd on, everyone. Nerd on. And if you want to check out some of the content that these guys are talking about of mine, you can check me out on Velvet Joker 1, both on YouTube and TikTok. So I appreciate you check that out. Like and subscribe my video content of nerd quality dissemination. Love it. Leave it. That's me. Peace out. Every Tuesday night, Splash Pages, 8 p.m. live on the Dorkening Podcast Network. And good night.
Good night, Rich.
Good night, Velvet.
Good night, guys. Have a great night.
You too.
Good night.
Oh, and I
You're
have
not
the
leaving.
thing running.
You're still there.
I'm trying.
I see you.
Go away, Rich. We want you to go.
Wow.
So yeah, I didn't realize we did 2 hours. I've just been sitting here having fun chatting.
That's how it be sometimes.
That is my life. That's what I do.
I love laid back shows like this. It's awesome.
Oh,
Did anybody
and
have anything
Yo-Yo.
else to- Yeah.
Yeah, is no, I covered Teenage
Yeah, I
Mutant Ninja
think
Turtles
that's-
is my last thing on my news. Everybody caught up with Yellow Jackets?
I finished, yes.
I haven't even watched season 1 yet.
If you're a 90s
Okay.
kid, I would really suggest it.
Yeah.
It's a really fantastic, it'll hit every nostalgia chord for 90s kids.
Yeah, it is on my playlist.
If you're not a 90s kid, I would say it's fucking weird. It has some weird shit in it, and if you're into the weird kind of shows that like it's like Lost combined with Lord of the Flies and a bunch of other crap. It's interesting, but you also you've got to suspend some beliefs.
Yeah,
and be like, okay.
The one thing I like to say, I've said this like once or twice already, but Juliette Lewis plays a mad Juliette Lewis, and I don't want to be that way about her because she is a good actress and she does stuff, but there's also like if you want to find a gal who looks road hard, put away wet, and is still waiting to get another ride in, you hire Julia Lewis. Because
she's looking rough in this.
Yeah, well, she has, depending
My
on what she
recommend-
does. I mean, she can act that way, but she's also starting to look a little more naturally that way too. But she's
If
great.
you wanna,
I'm not.
yeah, if you want to
complaining
watch
about
a
her at
good
all.
show with Juliette Lewis, I recommend Welcome to Chippendales on Hulu. That is a good show.
I'm always shocked when I hear some of these names of these shows these days. I'm like, Welcome to Chippendales. Huh.
That is a good one. Yeah, it's a it basically a lot. There's some scandal. There was like something that happened a long time ago. When Chippendales was big in the 70s and 80s. What happened was there was a murder that involved the ownership of Chippendales, and so yeah, it's a very there's also a documentary as well too that also tells a really good story about that whole thing too, and it's spot on. Because I watched both the documentary and the series, and it's a really good show, really good show, and I recommend watching both the documentary and the series.
All right. Since we're at 2 minutes, I need you guys to hang on. I should have local recording on, so hopefully that's showing up for you.
Okay.
But unless
We're gonna
anybody
wrap.
has anything else, let's do some wrapping up. Let's go.
Richard.
I don't know. I'm gonna hop on real quick. I'll send it down. We'll go around. It'll be fun.
All right.
All right. So I am Kari Sanders. You can catch me on the Dorkening now. This is my first day as an official dork. And just look for me on Facebook. You'll find everything you need to there. Also watch various episodes of the Dorkening. They have a lot of awesome people doing a lot of awesome things. And you can also catch me over on the PBDC, the Psycho Bunny Death Cult Collective. Every Sunday, I will be doing a show under the Owlite brand where we do shows about storytelling. And we're going to head over to Yo-Yo next.
I'm just Yo Saint Laurent on Instagram. That's typically where you can find me being the most active. I do Facebook every once in a while, but I mean, yeah, it's mostly Instagram. So I like the photos.
And we didn't get to see our fearless leader tonight, your kitty. Yo-Yo has some kitty.
They're both on the couch, actually. And they just looked at me because I looked over towards them.
Hey, son of a bitch, we're coming for you. Our
switch
fluffy
down to-
tails all up in your face.
Tom Dog.
And on Tom Dog, you can see me every Thursday night, where I start the weekend early with Channel X, and at the last Saturday of every month, I do Wrestling Prime, which is a full-fledged wrestling show. Quick apology, I know I promoted Wrestling Prime this past week, but I ran into some technical issues, so I had to scrap the whole show. So I didn't bother going live or anything like that. I was messing around with some stuff, working on some things. So I scrapped the whole episode that I had planned. So 1 month.
You got drunk and things went bad, didn't it?
No, actually, the truth.
Oh,
this. No, I'm kidding. I actually wanted to take a break from that, from Legend of Zelda at least. But anywho, but yeah, you can find me on the Bro Pro group network on Facebook. Look up Bro Pro. Kari and Jar Jar are on there, and have a lot of fun with that. Having a lot of fun with that. You guys can post stuff on my page if you want to.
Oh.
He does fun reviews about stuff too.
Yes. Yeah, I do. Yeah, look at me on my YouTube channel at TomDog24, Tom Arcade 69, where I do Channel X, Wrestling Prime. I do some unboxings, live streams. and some reviews on random food that just came out. The most recent one was the Spider-Man Whopper. I had a lot of fun with that one. And every now and then, you guys get to see on there, and also thumbs up the videos that you like, and leave a comment down below, whatever you're seeing on there. And one important thing to support small streamers like myself, and that's face hug that subscribe button. So,
Nice.
Little origin story about this, and I'll probably talk about that on tomorrow night's show. So,
Okay. All right, and
yes.
take us on down, Jeremy. Come on, Jeremy, you can do it. I know you
Okay.
can.
That's the wrap, folks. Thanks for watching the Midweek Geeks. I'm Jar Jar. Make sure you check out Splash Pages on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. on YouTube, because that will really matter to us if you check it out on YouTube. And hit the like button, the subscribe button. Leave a comment, like Tom says. Leave us some words. We'd like to hear from you. Also, check out Still Toking With every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, usually, I think. I'm going to be on there for the next 3 weeks, I believe.
Nice.
It's going to, one of the guests I know is Eddie Deason. Anybody, the geek from Greece? I think I said his name wrong. But yeah, check that out. And Comic Book Lovers, Buy, Sell, Trade, and Auction House on Facebook. 20,000 other geeks and nerds buying and selling and trading all their geek stuff and chit-chatting while they're doing it. Come check it out.
All right, everybody.
My face hugger is missing. I only have a xenomorph.
Oh, look at you guys. Hold on. I think I got something. No, all I have
Cthulhu.
It's weird. You said
I love
I have
Cthulhu.
a face hugger.
I got a
And I don't know
Terminator
what it
head,
is.
but no
A Terminator
Cthulhu.
head?
Yeah.
Oh.
Quick little spoiler on the origin story of this. I got this from
Okay.
a Loot Crate unboxing, and ever since has been a staple of my YouTube channel ever since.
That's where my Terminator head came from. Loot Crate.
We'll
I
find
got
it.
my xenomorph and my face hugger from when I worked at Best Buy. They were there, and I was like, I'm gonna buy these.
Oh, cool, Jen.
Nice. We're gonna have to do like all the shit that we've gotten for sure.
Did I say his name right, Jenny? I always screw people's names up. I feel like I screwed his name.
Jenny knows everything. She's like our superhero. Did he get the name pronounced right though, Jenny?
That's okay.
Well, we'll worry about that next episode. Anyway, we've had a lot of fun with you guys tonight. Yes, she thinks. So, good job, Jeremy.
Score one.
Yay!
All right. Thanks, everybody, and have a good night.
Peace, everybody.
All right, take care. So long. Peace.